There we go, I did it. Don't worry, I did it. It just took a few tries, but I did it. That one guy looks like he's straight out of JoJo's. You know which one I mean. You know exactly who I mean. Full screen, prioritize quality, prioritize speed. This is a visual novel. Why does it matter what I prioritize? Do people care about that for visual novels? Like, I don't know. So how loud is this? Let's see. It doesn't sound very loud. I want the voices to be heard. So, is that sound effects? That wouldn't be music. That would be sound effects, right? What do you mean? I don't know. What do I do? Okay, whatever. We're going to see. We're just going to start and see how this goes. What? Back? There we go. I do know what you mean. Okay, thank you. All right. New game. Enter name. Tim. The Indie... Can I have that whole name? The Indie Maniac. There we go. Let me know if this is too quiet. I'll turn it up then. Just let me know how it is. Wait until they start talking, I guess, or like any sound happens. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts... Actually, did they talk? I think this is all me talking, if I'm not mistaken. I think I had to read all this. Now I'm hungry. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. You sleep through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Game over already. You might not be cut out for this. Let's try again. That was an ending. I don't think there's voice acting in this, if I remember correctly. Wow, that was quick. I already beat the game. You're right. Yeah, that was really quick. That was a speed run. I'm not reading this again. Let's just get back to where I was. Smack that clock. Up and at 'em. Laying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, think about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academia for learning. You beat it already, Chi-Chi. Yeah. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What would you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. I feel like daydreaming might cause me to be late for school, and that'll be an ending in that of itself. But we'll see. It's here, finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Of course, it's a biscuit. Nom, nom, nom. Delicious. Just what you need to wake up those taste buds. Yikes. You're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. We've all been there. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academia for learning. Can we just, like, make this into a condensed word so I don't have to say it every time? Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Mareem? Is that how you say their name? Mareem? She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, the Indie Maniac. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Does this double as a recruitment tool for KFC? Yeah, maybe. It was like a big marketing ploy for a while that they were putting out an actual game. I don't know how did they commission like a specific dev to make this game? I don't know how they did this. Miriam? Is it Miriam? I want a biscuit. Is it Miriam? Is that how you say her name? I like the pink tree. Yes, it does, and it's working. I like the pink tree too. Classic Miriam, raised by master chef parents. She always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box. The fuck is a quicksand box? It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. Seriously, what's a quicksand box? Is there quicksand in sandboxes now? I don't think I can eat anything there. Maybe a salad if they have those. I haven't had KFC in so long. I used to get KFC a lot with my dad when I was younger, and I went there when I was like older, like an adult. The KFC near me smells like the sea, and I don't know how they make it smell so bad. I went inside, it smells so bad. I didn't eat there again. But with the University of Cooking School Academia for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. 3-day only semesters. I wish all colleges were like that. Just go and be done in 3 days and then move on with our lives. Great, that would be so great. A sweet girl, Miriam, has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Because KFC is sometimes paired with Long John Silver's. That one wasn't. It was just a KFC on its own. It smelled like salt water. I don't know why it smelled like salt water when I went in there, but I was immediately turned off from ever eating there again. I think the last time I went to a KFC was when I was actually like young. I was pretty young at the time. I was looking for a job, so I was applying to places near me, and I applied there, and I'm like, God, I hope they don't hire me. Please don't hire me. Please, God, don't hire me. It smells like salt water in here. I would hate my life. Don't hire me. I'm just trying to apply as many jobs as I can. Oh boy, I know what this is. Welcome in, Goose. You told me to play this, so I am. So pep talk your best friend or change the subject to school gossip. It's the game. Welcome in, Infinite. You guys didn't miss much. I just woke up and came to school. Actually, I beat the game in like 0.2 seconds, so you missed that part. Pep talk your best friend. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? Or is it tarot? Is it tarot or tarot? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looks spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Terror? Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower, and that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? Terror. Tarot. Tarot. That's a better spelling for that, for me to understand. I didn't know if you pronounced the T at the end. The game? I was close to just passing out tonight instead of doing anything, but now I'm glad I decided to get on. Not terror cards. They might be terror. Depending on what you get on the cards, they could be terrifying. But this game is all reading. There's no voice acting at all in this one. So this will be interesting. And it's only about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours last time I played it last year. I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. A handsome fellow. You bless your heart, Miriam. Bless your heart. A handsome fellow indeed. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating. And you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. Oh, that's rude. I cannot believe it. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's Ashley. Is that Ashley? I've never seen it spelled that way. It's Ashley, your rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can't get... I don't like how you spell your name. You sound like an asshole just because of how your name's spelled. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Who spells their fucking name like that, Ashley? Hey, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. What? You leave the Indie Maniac shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. Ugh. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add an extra letter to make herself feel better than everyone else. I just brought that up. The character is literally me. I was just making fun of her name. Is she sticking out her tongue? Look at Ashley. Is that her tongue? Just like, nah. No voice acting? What are you talking about? I hear lots of voice acting. I mean, no, the game didn't provide it. I have to read it for you. This Ashley is special, can't you tell? I mean, the way she's sticking... What's she doing with her tongue? She's standing with her like this. She's standing with her tongue out. Just very subtly. Look at my tongue. I don't know why she's doing that. I think that's her tongue. It's just really bothering me. It's supposed to be spelled Ashley. Oh. Should bring on some VAs to do the characters. That'd be pretty cool to do that. Everyone does a character, but I think there's there's 2 females that I remember. I don't know if the main character is considered a male or female. I guess you could have it either way depending on who you want it to be. It's pronounced Aishla. Ayashla. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man. I think that's a reference to Dan. I think this is the guy that's a reference to what did I say earlier? That anime. I think it is. I think it is in a second here. We'll see. Has stopped to look at his reflection in the... Yeah, it's him. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Where is he? Van. Yep, here he is. Here he is. You rang. This is fucking JoJo character right here. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devoiced. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academia for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. Why do we have to say the whole name every time? I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a thing from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these 2 off. So you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Pfft, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. I fucking love Bob. Open to do some VA stuff if you want. I got nothing to do. I got you. Hi, Pop. I'm the Indie Maniac, so... Are you going to make me hold this door all day? No. And with that, the young man walks in the building ahead of you. Aww. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Jesus, fucking a bell jump scare. Our teacher's a dog. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Why don't we just say it like that every time? Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor. This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. It's... If it isn't my favorite student, Harland? Wait, what? Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats-a-Lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. If you don't give Colonel Sanders a southern accent, I will. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when the Indian Maniac sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that simmer. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. That's the only option I have. There's no... Wait, what does this bucket of popcorn do? What does this bucket of popcorn do? Also, I don't know. I've never really tried a southern accent. I'd feel weird just trying it right now. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy! This classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look. You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? Give me. You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful you hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and get some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academia for learning the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and complete the Brome cooking arena? The broom? Broom with an E? Just then another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referring, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Bzz. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a big sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Chicken snack. We're playing a KFC game, so chicken snack sounds about right. Thanks for the clip. I feel like I should give him the chicken snack because we are playing a KFC game, you know, chicken and all. But I don't know. He's a dog, so he'd like any of these things, I feel like. It doesn't really matter which one I pick, you know? Dogs aren't too picky. I've had a dog before. They will literally eat shit, so... let's see. There is also ways to fail this because I did fail, so I'm overthinking now. I'm gonna give him the chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with the chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, well, well. I think there might be some competition for my new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibility of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, the Indie Maniac, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. 2 good options, but which will you choose? Oh, I forget how I played this out last time. I forget, because like there's a bunch of options where you can either go with your friend or you can go with Sanders. And I think I went with Sanders last time. I'm going to be honest, I think I just followed him around for the whole game. But I don't remember, because it's been a year since I played this. I literally played this last Valentine's Day. So I don't know if I should go with my friend. I feel like I should go with my friend. I just met this man. And I'm very nervous around him. So if I go with him, I'm going to be sweating profusely again. And farting. I think I should go friend. I'm going to go sit with my friend. You move to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders? He's such a what? It's a Valentine's Day tradition now, apparently. Yeah, this is the only game I played last Valentine's Day, but I'm trying to play more visual novels / dating sims. But some people asked me to play this one for the second time, so I had to do it. Infinite and Goose. Colonel Sanders? He's such a magnet. He has such a magnetic personality. And there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. So you say, but now that Miriam mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. Look at him. As soon as you're settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. Okay, Pop. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? What does the train have to do with anything? It depends extremely. Look at you, Pop. Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to a tree as chicken is to a slam dunk, night vision goggles, feather. Have you ever considered getting a bunch of people together and doing a Snap Cube fan dub kind of thing for the game you're playing? I know Infinite did that, I think, for Doki Doki. I think he did that. I wouldn't mind trying to do that if it all worked out. So this is forest is to tree as chicken is to... Wait. Yeah, feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A spork. A meat tenderizer. A comically oversized fork. It's a spork. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat?
Who the fuck's eating camel meat?
A pancake that looks like a silly face. I think a pancake that looks like a silly face might be the correct answer. Why is camel meat there? Who's eating camel? Should I put in a reminder so you don't forget? I mean, if you want, go for it. I tend to forget things, like, instantly. I have a very shit memory. I remember weird things and forget others, is basically how my mind works. A pancake that looks like a silly face. That's wrong. What? Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. Camel's hump is great when you're trying to track down kidnappers. What was that from? What was that from? That's from something, isn't it? That's from a movie, isn't it? I'm going to say this. That's right. Your total score is 4 out of 5. What was the answer for that one? Rush Hour, that's what it was. Your total score is 4 out of 5. Only one wrong. Not too shabby. You might just do all right, kid. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score, and he nods with approval. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! We just fucking got here. We just got here and had a short, like, 2-second quiz, and now it's lunchtime. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone? Oh wait, was that him saying that? Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But I... Shh! Lunch, lunch, lunch! She said shush! In honor of the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this... Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy, golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to gurgle as if to say, stop thinking and start eating! For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. This game, man, yeah, I know. This is a wild game, and this was endorsed by KFC. Love that movie. I love all the Rush Hour movies. I think there's 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think they went up to 3. I love those movies. I forgot where that line was from until you said that, and I'm like, oh, wait. Now I remember. It's all coming flooding back. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. Still waiting for the accent? You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What do you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Nah, my dude, nah. This is like a fucking anime. Look at those effects. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There is enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Testing Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. It doesn't feel right for you to say howdy folks like that, bro. Also, what? Yeah, I don't know. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. Swim towards the light. Somewhere up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense you become wrapped up in them. Unable to resist, you reach towards the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer and closer until your fingertip connects with the end of everything. You are forever lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no the indie maniac now. There is only herbs and spices. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot. Game over. That was that thing. Send him to the flavor dimension. You just gotta draw out every word for 1.5 seconds in southern accent. Is that how that works? I've never tried a southern accent, and I don't want to do it right now and butcher it. You know? Game? Oh. What? Can I fast forward? I don't want to read all this again. There was a lot of reading. I'm glad when visual novels have this fast forward button when I'm able to fail. Okay, we're back here. Do it, Indy. Butcher it. I mean, I could, but it would be rather embarrassing. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try to identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Can't believe Colonel Sanders killed us with that chicken. I guess we were stuck in internal bliss and just passed out forever. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it. Scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Pepper? Too obvious. Oregano? Basil? Maybe. But there's something else. Something dark. Something spicy. You dig deeper. Deeper. Yes, even deeper still until you find it. Could it be... I don't know what that says. It's got heart disease? Yeah. I mean, we are just eating fried chicken. Rather embarrassing is correct. Now do it. I don't see the difference here. Shut up. It says paprika. Is that what it says? It says redacted. Could it be redacted? He really did it. How bold. How adventurous to use redacted. You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet, now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one noticed that you've traveled through space and time. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders himself. Approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune, establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret, in fact. I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got two whole more days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? Aww. You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use redacted. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Hey, Colonel, the heck was that? You sent me to the void. You... Yeah, he did send us to the void earlier. Redacted, wow! You never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. And redacted definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before, so now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about my story. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You bet on that. Alone together the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to share your personality with him. Neg him to show you your own Neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. I don't know if I can fail this. I know there's options I can fail and I have to start over, but I don't know if I can possibly fail this one. Also, what's the bucket of popcorn icon? I don't know what to say here. So how much chicken did he make? Because he just had a single bucket before in the whole school. A huge building, by the way, is still eating that. I mean, we don't know how many people were at lunch. We don't know if it was the whole school or just our class, to be fair. Because you know when you go to school, there's like different classes that go to lunch at different times. And we don't know how big each lunch room group is. They might all be eating lunch at the same time. They might not all be eating lunch at the same time. You never know. Also, this is a college, so I feel like they wouldn't all be eating lunch at the same time. But you never know. You never know. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Neg him to show your own strength. Okay. Wow him. You know about that. I was thinking about your secret recipe. Excuse me. I need to take a drink. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. I actually had some thoughts on how you could improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe and you think you can do better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne. But that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients in my secret recipe and expect to improve it. A recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. Concentration, consideration, whatever, same thing. I didn't mean to. Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes, the Indie Maniac. I'm headed back to class for the next lesson. That certainly didn't go as planned. You better head back inside, but you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven, and all the tools and ingredients they could need. I guess this is where we're going. I know they brought this up earlier, but I didn't know this was right. I didn't know this was going to be the next thing we do. Fun fact, the real Colonel Sanders was paid to drive around in a white suit, white Cadillac with custom chicken ornament, and would show up at KFC restaurants. Apparently they sucked at recreating the recipe, so he'd hop the counter and show them how to do it right. I did hear that last part. I did hear about that last part where we would actually go to the restaurants and cook the chicken for them because it wasn't as good as his original recipe. The corporation sued him for defamation, but he won and continued to be a pain in their ass. Good for him. Good for him. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no. We have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable, tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team of two? That is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? Aww. Sure, the Indie Maniac, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, partner. Beep, boop, bzzz. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you have to pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Well, I don't know. I'll admit I like KFC, but why is this game gotta be here? Worth it, though? I mean, I don't know why they made this. Why not, though? Like, why not? There was a time where, like, fast food chains made a lot of games. Like, there's a Burger King game. I don't know if you know that. I think there was a McDonald's game. I know there was a lot of Burger King games at one time. There was at least 2 or 3 Burger King games that came out around the 360 era. And, like, brands used to make stuff like this. And it used to be very common. Like, there's the Pepsi Man game. There's been a few McDonald's games. Yeah, I knew about the Burger King ones, like Sneak King, Threesome. I have a copy of Sneak King. I remember that meme where the guy's like, I have like 1,000 copies of Sneak King, and I'm just like, why? Noid on NES. And the Yo Noid game and Pepsi Man. Yeah, I remember Pepsi Man. I don't remember the Noid one. I gotta keep taking drinks of water because I'm talking a lot. The most recent one I know of was released online, but apparently could be flashed to a Game Boy cart and run on it. Which one was that? I thought this KFC game was like the last brand game that was made in a long time. There's a McDonald's employee training game, but it's hard to get because it was super specifically distributed for DS. Wait, really? That's wild. I also have the original floppies for Chex. I forgot about that game. When you said it, I was like, oh wait, that was a thing too. Brands used to make video games, and it was great. There was Doritos games, too. There was Doritos Crash Course and another one. There was 2 Doritos games on the 360 that I played. And there was a Yaris game for the car. Literally a Yaris car game. Was an old Domino's mascot. Oh. That I did not know. I'm learning new things. So I think she liked Pop. She thought Pop was cute. Sorry, Clank, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the same station as Miriam. I'm a chef! He holds up a banana, and without peeling it, proudly eats the entire thing. That is a fucking power move. Eating the banana whole with the peel, that is a power move. Humans don't do that. Pop these nuts. It's, God damn it. It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out. I love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you like, really, this kid? But it's too late to change your choice now. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. All right, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest your partner, Colonel Sanders? We have a few things here. I wish the KFC console came out. We could play a KFC game on a KFC console in a KFC and eating some chicken. That was so funny when they did that as like a marketing ploy and it wasn't actually a real thing. I knew someone who ate cutie oranges with the peels, bites in on it like an apple. Oh. Ugh. I mean, it's fine to eat the peel. Like, it's not bad for you. It's just weird. Because we're so used to peeling these things. But you can eat that. It's not bad. It's not going to do anything to you, but it's just weird, you know. Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy? That sounds like something Colonel Sanders would like. He likes mashed potatoes and gravy. Hence the store that he owns, the chain. One of my friends ate the banana sideways. Okay, y'all don't have the trauma like I do. So he turned it on its side and bit into it with the peel on. That's wild. Why was that, like a power move, or was it just is that how he eats his bananas? Judging people for how they eat bananas, judgment rising. I mean, listen, do you eat the banana with the peel? Do you just bite into the peel? I mean, it probably doesn't taste very good with the peel on it. I take my banana peel. I take my banana skinless. I don't know about you guys. Same dude ate paper. Jesus Christ. Totally judging. Listen, do you guys eat the peel? I don't eat bananas. Bananas are good. Why don't you eat bananas? I'm judging you now for not eating bananas. They're good. Actually, he's probably the outlier. Sounds like it. All right, so we're going to do your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gray. Actually, I think I did this last time. If I remember I did this. I remember this. I don't know how I remember this out of everything, but I remember doing this. I might go with octopus. I was thinking about trying something exotic, maybe a dish that incorporates octopus in some way. I'm more of a down-home type of chef myself. What about something that, go with me here, walks on land? Actually, there are certain species of octopus that do leave the water. For instance, have you heard of the Autopus? It leaves the water to hunt for crab. Excuse me? Can I look that up? Hold on. What? Is this a thing? Hold on. I need to look this up. Give me a second. Give me a second. This is important. Does he? What? Obidopus? That word? It's not even coming up on Google. Oh, wait, let me see. Oh my god, that thing. Look this thing up. Jesus Christ, look at that thing. On land. Oh my god, they do. That's wild. Though eating such things sideways sounds like the hot dog speed eating technique. Bite the middle to break it into two halves and then stuff both halves on both sides the mouth. I mean, as a kid, I used to eat the entire apple, everything. Somewhere along the way, I stopped that. Okay. It leaves the water to hunt for crab. An octopus that walks upright and hunts crab? Now I've heard everything. The world is truly a marvelous place, isn't it? Octopus, crab. It sounds like you're describing one of my signature dishes. Are you trying to steal my thunder? Boys, boys, boys. What's all the hostility? Has the competition been moved up today? How dare you try to muscle in on my culinary territory? Nobody better touch a cephalopod without going through me first. I think there's been a misunderstanding. Nobody's muscling in on any mollusks. Sorry. I know what the word is. I just don't know how to pronounce it, apparently. We were simply discussing today's assignment. You could cut the tension in here with a chef's knife, which makes sense because chef's knives are usually pretty sharp. Look, we were just talking. I'll happily step back from any and all seafood. You know what? I'm just gonna make mashed potatoes and gravy. I know my grandmother's recipe by heart. Keep the tentacles. I guess we do that regardless. You begin to peel and boil potatoes and try to extricate yourself from this thorny situation, but your new rivals aren't having it. I doubt that even you have the capabilities to work with ingredients so delicate. You should probably stick to microwavable dishes. Unlike my friend Van, though, he may be the man. I have no doubt. I fucking hate it. Unlike my friend Van, though he may be the man. I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' abilities to concoct creations worth admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. Van the man. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complete complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. And if the Indie Maniac and Van are both so inclined to the sea, perhaps they should go there together. Ashley, are you suggesting I share the secrets of my special saltwater sauce with this novice? I'm disappointed in all of you. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Hold on. What did I miss here in chat? Nobody better lay a finger on his Butterfinger? I've eaten a pizza once, upside down, crust first from the bottom on an upside down plate. Using the handle of the spoon to hold the food and the bowl part as a handle. I guarantee I win. Jesus Christ, Goose. Van, the man. That's what I'm going to call him now. Best way to eat frozen pizzas, cook it, fold it in half, a giant calzone. I mean, doesn't everybody eat a pizza by just folding it in half? That's what I do. It's a lot easier to just get it, fold it, then eat it that way. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks, in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. You turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy them. I actually think that Ashley and Van were just leaving. Leaving you in the dust, vis-a-vis my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but the Indie Maniac is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the genre, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I'm broken, I feel that. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand, holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat. What? He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes, The result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand, holding the same spork. For that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, fucking dumb face. It didn't say that, but I did. Van, do something, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that's delicious! Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, the Indie Maniac. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I has potato face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy. Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my spectacular braised tentacle of octopus and a silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. That is fucking fancy as shit. This game gives Food Wars vibes. People are gonna eat the food and have very sexually charged imagery after they gush about how good the food is. I still need to watch that show. I've heard good things. I do like me some KFC gravy. Oh my god, that emote. Oh my god, that emote. Just the You're trying to make Sanders actually mad. I don't know if that's possible, but try. Good job being third, Tanker. It's the best part. I used to squirrel away whole bowls of mash and gravy. Also, yeah, I put the emote back. I didn't know if you noticed that or not. Good job being second and fourth. The plating is perfect. Yeah, it's on a fucking battle axe. Love octopus so much. It's a shame they're so intelligent and so delicious. I feel bad eating them. You've ignored me for too... You've ignored me... What voice did I have for this? You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. Someone farted. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain and for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie! Tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has made him inoculated him against poison of all kinds. What the fuck? I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. That guy died and we didn't get to learn his name, which is kind of rude. I like KFC and all, but that's better. Does this taste like arsenic to you? So did Dan the Man die? No, Dan the Man made a dish that killed the student that no one knows the name of. Pop's chugging battery acid? Oh, it was just some dude I ate. It was that one guy who kept trying to talk and no one would listen to, and we never got his name because no one would listen to him. Doesn't matter, he's dead. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home, he says as he outstretches his hand with pure sexuality. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today, before you go on, I want to know. They're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, the Inti-Maniac. There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, geez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up, I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. He does a fucking anime pose. He's gonna be the swollest Hokage. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork monster is here to fight a hero. What? I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, what?
Can we go back to that happening just now? That came out of nowhere. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. We will not let harm come to another student, except for that ghost kid. I kind of dropped the ball on that. Be afraid, be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is it just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Okay. I was about to mention the dead guy. Also, what? Me? Are you the Spork monster? I'm gonna attack it, I guess? You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork monster. Spork monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. I don't know if I should defend at all. I don't know if this matters. I forget how this went last time. I finished the water. Let's see. I guess I'll attack, defend. Hurt me more. Attack. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork monster won't forget this. Spork monster is really threatened by your attack. Spork monster focus their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? What do you mean? You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? I only have 1. Cook with love does 1 damage. At this rate, the semester will probably be over before this fight is. Spork monster is no quieter, buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork monster uses utensil. You take 2 damage from the attack. I fucking hate it. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. You got this, and I'm going to defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You curl into a ball. I'm not cut out for this. Feeling vulnerable, Spork monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot pie power punch. Pot pie power pinch, my bad. Pot pie power pinch does 10 damage. Spork monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork monster spews steam into the night. Forgive him. Forget mercy. Finish him. Spare him or kill him? You got this, Indy? Apparently, Colonel Sanders had it. He He came out with Pot Pie Pinch, and Colonel Sanders is the master of the purple nurple. Well, Pot Pies are good. Kill him? You want me to kill him? Well, you said Lil him. What would Sanders do? What would Sanders do in this scenario? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. No more. Oh, no more? So what happens if we... I think I spared him last time. Kill him? I think I spared him last time, so I'll finish him. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. You ready your final attack? You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction. Student debt loan destruction does 10 damage. That's not enough damage for student debt loan, I'm just saying. Spork monsters completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, the Indie Maniac. You defeat a monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko? Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Z. What the fuck is going on? You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were these memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he really uses redacted. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. This game is actually insane. I love it. Yeah, it's crazy. Endorsed by KFC. Yum chicken. Yeah, we were dreaming about chicken, apparently. Yeah, so this game it has to be endorsed by KFC if they use their name, you know? They went out, they were like, hey, developers, make us a KFC dating sim game. But like, why is the question I have. But it's actually kind of good and hilarious. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be I think I might like pop. Slow down, back up for a second. Slow down, back up. How old are you? Hold on, how old are you? I don't want to have to go to the police about this. You're not 18, right? I'm just being real. I'm just being real. And they have access to the secret spices. Hey, I'm late, I think. Welcome in, General. How you doing? This is weird. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Welcome. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academia for Learning? That is a mouthful. Why don't we just pronounce it with the... Why don't we just say it how we did before instead of saying the whole name? You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implications that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. I told you the Colonel is mine, Inty. Yeah, this is the KFC dating game. I could tell by the game itself without looking at the title and Twitch. Yeah, it's great. Also, hello everyone. Would the real Colonel Sanders have endorsed this? I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest. He was from a very different time. I think he definitely passed away. I think because he was like the original person that made the chicken. They just somehow franchised it, and he didn't like how the franchise was going. So you know, he did that thing where he cooked the chicken for them. All right, a secret ingredient. Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. Colonel Sanders didn't even approve of how KFC did his stuff. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor wasn't like anything I'd ever tasted. Is she talking about pot? Did someone try to smuggle pot in? Is she talking about what? Is she talking about weed right now? But would he have endorsed a dating sim of him? I don't think so. The anime art style, I can't. You missed the really anime guy from earlier. He'll probably come back. Sanders was apparently was shady as all get out too, was he? I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Are they talking about marijuana? I think she cooked with marijuana. Someone slipped a love potion was my first thought. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet you would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much to use to anyone. Cough, fibber, cough! This girl cannot stand up straight. She always gotta do the splits. I mean, it's an anime-esque look. They always gotta be all over the place and very just, whoa, look at this. Why is she standing like that? Because it's an anime! We're playing an anime game here. They gotta always stand like that. What's with her hand? Why? You got some long fingers. I just noticed that now. Like, look at her fingers. They're very long. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Why would I have to make up a fake ingredient? Just say, no, I don't want to tell you. If you're friends, like, they should understand you don't want to tell this secret. You're not allowed to stand normally in a manga or anime. It's always got to be so dramatic. What's wrong with how she stands? Looks normal to me. Do you stand like that with your hands out like that? I'm gonna start doing it. Don't do it. Oh, choices. Tell her it'd be funny if you gave away the whole recipe. Do you stand like that, Kixie, with your hand out, your one hand like with the peace sign up? Like, that's a little weird. I don't know anyone that actually stands like that unless they're in an anime. Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about it was Eye of Newt? I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt. Wow. Who doesn't? I think everybody doesn't stand like that. That would be so awkward to just stand like this and be talking to people. I'm doing it now, but you can't see. It's just so awkward. Raise his hand. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone. Some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Thumb typing. We had to specify she was using her thumbs to type on her phone. She turned me into a newt. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in, cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. He's riding a goddamn horse, guys. This guy rode in to school on a fucking stallion. What a god among men. Run to him. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are will be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movements surprise the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. "Oh, the Animaniac, I'm here to deliver you a message." Not this guy. "It's important that you remember this exactly as I say. If you forget, the world could end, so no, it's serious. I've been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return." I'm not talking like that forever. A great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But before he can continue, suddenly awake. Talking about extra riding a horse to school. Wait, what? Oh, that guy was in the game earlier. He died. He's a ghost now. If you were wondering about the ghost kid. And no one knows his name because everybody keeps interrupting him. Aw, jeez. You wake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Lean in for a kiss. There's a world-ending plot line in a dating game again? Maybe? I mean, we did die earlier. There was an ending where I just floated into the abyss and was like, oh, Sanders teabagged you. I'm gonna lean in for a kiss. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You've known him for a day. Are you really sure? I guess you must be. You put your arm around Colonel Sanders' neck and pull him in for a kiss. But he turns his face and you awkwardly kiss his ear. You can feel him shudder. Too soon. You clearly mistook his compassion for love. Your soul crawls inside of itself and you instantly die of embarrassment. Game over. That's an ending. Try again. I died of embarrassment. Oh, fuck. Okay. Gotta skip all this again, I guess. Is there a faster way to go through all this? God, it didn't even save any of this. Well, this is annoying. Make a fake ingredient. Skip. I'm not reading all this again. I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing. Just for the continuity of it all. Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears in the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder. That's what you're that's what you get for trying to get fresh with my Colonel. Oh yeah? We're gonna have to fight about this. Meanwhile, your face is now pummeled into mashed potatoes. Yeah, I feel like I'd be dead. If a horse kicked me in the face, I'd be dead. But he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Time to tell him to stop acting immature, act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van muttering something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules. I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ain't you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. They better make like a tree and fuck off. That Ash. Indy broke. Yeah, because it's supposed to make like a tree and leave. That Ashley has a look in her eye that seems like Indy's type.
You're not wrong.
Man, they're using magic to make chicken. I don't know what they're doing. They're just using a magic book for some reason. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Hee hee hee. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Dan Dan's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp, womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Take that, Van Van. What did I miss? Hold on. People in glass houses sink ships. It's unfortunate there's not a path to romance Clank. So depending on who you give to your friend, she likes them. So she can like Clank. Last time I gave her Clank and she liked him. And that became her like love interest. Did we get womp womp by an oven? I think so. All these metaphors seem a little off, but unfortunately the train has sailed. Fuck, damn it, sailed. Just wait until Van Van used his stand. Who's making spelling mistakes now? Half got so mad, she began involuntarily fishing. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down. Off hoppin'. Off toppin'. Off toppin'. What the fuck does that mean? Off toppin'. That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global story of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well then, the Indie Maniac? Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? Oh, God. I can't type, I feel that. I mean, I never aim to be Miss Perfect when typing. Corgi? Yeah, that's our teacher. Our teacher's a corgi. We have a talking dog as a teacher. So a glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit. Which item do you want to sample? I guess the pepper? Actually, water. I'm thirsty. You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool and crisp, like the purest snow melted by a mountain spring. Hey, that's mine. Hey, that was mine. It was my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. And you've got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with those two is off the charts. I can't type well, typing so bad, leaving out full words. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Stand up and tell them, you're on. I'm going to say stand up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool! Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption. The Indie Maniac. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsman's court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. They're making lunch by cook-off after someone killed a man with his dish. Oh, timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solid foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? What? Not Celsius, I'm assuming. What? I didn't get to do it. I was reading the other option. There was a third option. I was reading it. What were you thinking, the Indie Maniac? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices? 11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind? What? Oh, shit. Trust? That's wrong. Fuck. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it. I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice, and you draw energy from that place. So where's it come from? The shoulder of, that's right. I guessed. I had like 10 seconds to answer that. I was trying to read everything. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence, sizzling, sizzling. That's wrong. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Is this the end? Yep. Game over. Try again. Fuck. Dude, I hate timers, and I have 10 seconds to read all those things. We shall have the greatest cook-off with guns. Cooked off? Okay, so I'm gonna skip through this. You're on. Fahrenheit. What? It's not 100 Fahrenheit. What was the other one? I didn't read the last one. 11. Vigilance. Fuck, it's gratitude. Next question. Small town. Silence. He's actually cheering you. Fuck, I missed some of that dialogue. Can I go back? You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, you betta. He's actually cheering you on, which will be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of bread? What? Colonel Sanders? Oh, what? What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. Grrr. You're stranded on a desert island with only one. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. You and Colonel Sanders riding together in a What's that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already began plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zzz, zzz. I know, you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but the Indian Maniac does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. The Indian Maniac, no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of the Indie Maniac's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. That does look pretty good. And I am not throwing away my shot at making gosh dang chicken. Bro, huh? Your hand got crushed in a KFC game? Yeah, it did. It got crushed. And I also got my face kicked by a fucking horse, so, you know. A lot of aggressive stuff going on here. Those biscuits are like hockey pucks, though. Oh, the ones at KFC? I was going to ask the Maniac to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamy delight, this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese. Oh, that looks way too fancy. That looks way too fancy. I don't know if I would like that based on what I am seeing here. Why is there a flower? Why is there a flower in the food? Why didn't this game get more memes? It deserved them? I don't know. Atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry glee? Glee? I don't fucking know words sometimes. I'm not a fancy eater. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you! As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off of his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement. It's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Really? Game over because of that? That was a game over? That was a game over game? Okay. All right. I'll do it again, I guess. Oh god, do I have to go do I have to go through the thing again? I have to go through the thing again, don't I? Damn it. He stores his lucky meats in his beard. I still can't. That's a game over. Anyway, that was a weird one. I'm just gonna go through. What was it? I forget what this was. I think it was gratitude. There we go. That one. Silence. And then just got to get through all this nonsense. At least it didn't start me at the way beginning, so there's that. Just got to get through all this. Okay, there we go. He killed you for wiping his goatee. He just got mad, so I guess that was just the end. I guess just don't make him mad. He seemed a little upset by it, so I guess that was the reason it was ended there. I was saving that flavor for later. Pow, pow, pow. Put yourself between... so internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brows, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you. A storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from the run-ins with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. That sounds like a sexual innuendo if I ever heard one. I'll never be a master chef. What the heck happened? I took a bathroom break? I don't know where you left at. I can't really tell you what happened. We had a cook-off. We had like a cook-off for lunch, and I lost and broke my hand. And then my eyebrows fucking caught on fire and fell off. Because this is Food Wars. And a very over-the-top anime. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Then indie... Wait, what? Indie game overed? Yeah, I did. I got Colonel mad at me and it game overed. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. Is that what he said? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! It came back! How'd you make him mad? I missed it because I was calling in sick for tomorrow. I was going to wipe the food off of his beard, and he's like, I was saving that for later, and it was game over. Colonel is an oven. I'm gonna assume the chocolate is still on his goatee. Ew, what is that? That's a spork monster.
Gorko, the spork monster, is here to fight a hero.
Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night.
That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them.
Are you stronger than Borko?
Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask?
Colonel Sanders smirks. He is already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what the Indie Maniac is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies.
I suppose. We really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws.
All the better for enjoying tasty food. Surely you like to eat, don't we all?
Of course I do.
Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp.
Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today.
I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua. Ew. Eat me. No, this is the twin. This is a different one. Can you romance the spork monster? I fucking wish. If I could take it back, I would. I wouldn't kill that spork. Give him honey with the biscuits? He already ate it. It's too late now. He spork monster looks less freaky with his mouth shut. It also me? Are you both the spork monsters? Well, no, I was a chihuahua. But I was still a student at the school, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook.
Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the line I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear me. I will be there. It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, the Indie Maniac. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. The poor Chihuahua. Chihuahua is 50% terrible, 50% rage, 50% crazy. And his Chihuahua brother got transformed too? I guess so. He said they were twins, so I guess they were both Chihuahuas, and they both got transformed into spork monsters. Come back to my hideaway, and we can discuss. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Ooh. Ah. Yes. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Still good boys and girls. So his twin brother died, and he's just chill with that? I guess so. Hanky-panky time. No, I don't think so. I don't think you're actually allowed to romance Colonel Sanders in this. It seems like he always backs away. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? I don't know if I should tell him or not. I'll tell him. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunchbox for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. It's in the KFC fucking bowl too. Like, look at the bowl. I might have to get another drink of water because I have to keep talking.
endlessly. But I'm out of water now, so that's going to happen in a bit here. Reveal I want to know it is coleslaw. We got to get to Sanders. What creation I missed an hour of. This not hid. He's going to open a bunch of restaurants with your secret. No, see, I knew it. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Stop, you violated the slaw. I like that coleslaw too. I think he's trying to steal my recipe, honestly, because he just said he wants to hold on to the last bite. And that sounds like he's going to steal it for his restaurant. And I don't like the implications of that. Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel himself. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared something style? What's that word? What's that word say? I can't... Who's being reported to the police? Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence? Sashimi? What is sashimi? Oh, for sushi. Okay. Couldn't read his cursive there. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. An adorable little baby boy crawls around the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be Colonel Sanders himself. As a baby, he always was bald, always had a goatee. I still can't type fat fingers, I feel that. Keep pressing V instead of C. It's a raw fish, lightly cured with salt and rice vinegar. Oh, that sounds good. Sashimi is better cuts than sushi and with no rice. Oh, is it? Sounds pretty good. Why would you want to do that with chicken, though? Look at him as a baby. Can't get over that. That or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of them just themselves? Probably the same type of person who make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? That was a jab. That was a jab at KFC. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. The photo up... Hey, there's him! It actually looks more like him rather than this hunk of a man. Is a terrible idea with chicken. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Tap on an item to discover more about Colonel Sanders. One of this framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks, and appear to be... What? What does that mean? They're doing something to them. Never mind, just wandering. Raw chicken sounds tasty. Why is that there, then? Alright. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on item to discover more about Colonel. There's so many. I think I'm supposed to go in here, but I want to learn more. Like a toast. Oh, okay. Cheersing. It threw me off that it had the thing. I forget what this is called. I forget what this thing is called, but it had that. It threw me off. Neither of them are holding drumsticks. So there's quite a few items, and I feel like I should click on all of them, but I don't know if he's going to come back in the midst of it. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. I wonder if that's actually, like, lore accurate or not. The Indian oh yes, insightful comment. Listen here. So he's got a chicken. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 more things. Let's do the chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's real. Taxidermy. Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh, he's literally from Kentucky, right? That's why it's called Kentucky Fried Chicken. Indy making important prophecies in chat. Wait, what did I do? No, I said that's what was there and it threw me off. That's why I put it there. I said this was there and it threw me off in the word, and I typed it out. I forget what it's called. I think an apostrophe was there instead of the what you guys put. Kentucky man. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver? What the fuck does that mean? No, he's from New Hampshire. Let's see. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool. Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's redacted. Tap on an item to discover more. I think all we have left is the door that opened and this view. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Ooh! Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. That poor guy. He keeps trying to tell us his name, and we just keep interrupting. Take the hair? I couldn't. Redacted, my favorite candle scent. Mine too. I'm probably going to grab something to drink, because I've been reading text for about 2 hours now. So I'm going to put up the fishing minigame in BRB real quick. Give me like 5 minutes. Not even that. Maybe like a minute or two. I'll be right back. Is it pausable? Can I pause this, or does it just sit here? I guess I just sit here with it. I don't think I can pause this. But have fun fishing for like a minute or two while I go get some water. Maybe tea. Actually, tea might be better. I don't know if I want to take the time to make it, though, but I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. The thing about this game is I very, very nearly had KFC today. Oh, did you? I haven't had KFC in years. I used to get it a lot more when I was younger. I don't know if you were here for the story, but then I went to the one near me and it smelled terrible, so I just lost all interest in eating there ever again. Kind of want it now. Dang it, the ad is working. Yeah, this is just a big ad to get you to buy KFC. It's so expensive, honestly. Is it now? So I only got it when I was a kid, so my parents bought it, so I don't know the price of it. When I was an adult, I went there as an adult to apply for a job. Not necessarily, I wasn't an adult. I was like a teen maybe, close to an adult, like nearing 18 when I needed my first job, and I went there to apply, and it smelled like salt water in the one near me, and I don't know how it smelled like shit like that. So I was like, please, God, don't hire me. Just give me the application so I can leave. This is awkward. I already asked. I'm already here. I might as well do it. Origami, and I get it on Christmas. Is it still good? I remember it being not that bad. It's like 30 or 40 bucks for a 9-piece? Really? 8-piece. Okay, I was like, wait. Actually, wait, that would have been weird. 9 pieces is expensive because it has a small chance to send you to the void. Oh, yeah, we did go to the void earlier, didn't we? I haven't had KFC in a while, though. I remember it not being too bad when I ate it when I was younger. But the one near me just smelled so bad that I lost all interest in going ever again. Because I'm like, why does it smell this bad? Is there something wrong in here? Are they doing bad things in here? What's going on? How do they make this building smell like the actual sea? Like, what are they doing back there? I got denied a job there, too. I don't think I actually applied after that. I think I took the application and left and was like, I'm not going to apply here now. Fun fact, my first actual job that wasn't under the table was at a car wash. That's an Indie Maniac fun fact. I had other jobs that were under the table before that, but my first actual job on the books was at a car wash. You should get weed from a KFC? There you go. Perfect place to go after you do that, too, I guess. Unless you're not trying to spend a lot of money. Let me see. But that was like the time where I was like, I need my first job, so I started applying to like places all around me. And that KFC happened to be like a 2-minute drive from where I lived at the time. It still is now, actually. I still live in the same area. I could still go over there. It's still not that far. I live around the same area that I did as a child. That's wild. All right, let's see. KFC's will smell like salt water because the chicken is brined overnight before seasoning. It just gave me a very off feeling, and I was like, why does it smell like that? It smells so bad. This girl I knew worked there and dealt on her breaks. There you go. That's how you make the real money. Clearly not working at KFC, but doing that other thing. Let's see. This should be good. It should just show the game when I do this. I just want to make sure because I've had bad experiences with this not working with Streamlabs. I almost said OBS. You should get KFC. Hold on. You should get KFC DoorDash. DoorDarshan for the sake of the bit. Wait, what? Is that how you meant to say that? DoorDash. I was like, wait, you definitely meant DoorDash. I was like, I was a little confused because I read it as is, but you misspoke. I am not getting KFC DoorDashed. I heard it was pricey, and then DoorDashed on the top of that? That's going to be expensive, man. This is autocorrect. I don't know why. I actually had dinner already. I had, so I wouldn't be able to eat it if I got it. I'm not that hungry. I had 2 portobello mushroom veggie burger type things. Let's see. We only have the door. You open the door of Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in its scent. Oh, yeah. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Aww. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it looks rather good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. I thought you were trying to type DoorDash Chan at first. Sniff. You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. Every time I try to tell him I like him, it seems like the game doesn't want me to do that. Because, like, that time I tried to kiss him, he was like, nah. Or that time I tried to, like, wipe the thing off his beard, he was like, nah. Those are both game overs. You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. Let's try. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't that kind of game. Now that we blame... Not that we blame you for trying, but still. Game over. It didn't work. Seems like a true time, honestly. I guess the game doesn't want you to actually... God damn it, I'm all the way back here. How am I so far fucking back, dude? Just, that's what I said. I was saving that flavor for later. Now die. I don't think he actually killed us. I just think he was just upset. Reveal it. We also fell into the void, so that was kind of his fault too, right? Tap an item. I just gotta get through a few items before it lets me open the door. So I guess I can't actually do anything with Colonel Sanders. Is there any dating in this dating sim? I guess not. You can't do anything with him because every time you try, the game's like, nah, don't do that. It's not that kind of game. Yeah, sure, it's titled I Love You, Colonel Sanders. No one's buying that. All right, so let's get back to where we were. I tried that. You fess up and tell the truth, or you tell him you're cold. You tell him you're cold. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to do, what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket, run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel. Yes, the indie maniac? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence!
Z. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room.
He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meatalicious! You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Tell the truth. Telling the truth has gotten me many game overs. If Bucket had a cameo in this, that would totally make my day. Hanka panka. Gas him up, boyo. I read this wrong. I don't want to tell you what I read, but I think you get it. I think you get what I read wrong. It's not that kind of game. Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. Peg him. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academia for Learning awaits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you'd better harass those wild horses, young man. Harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to? I was about to ask the same goddamn question, actually. And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers! Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Okay. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals at the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact, because you know he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. I keep changing their voices. I love how you get Colonel Sanders and your best friend has to choose between an oven or a child. You what? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school? There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, the Unity Maniac, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixture accident makes you wince with pain. Oh! You spent the night with Colonel Sanders? Oh, with my Colonel? Yeah. We didn't do anything, though. This game is apparently the least dating sim game ever. It doesn't look like you can go on a cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the day of school, the final day of school, the Indie-Maniac? How's that hand feel? I'm sure he'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Look at how... Okay. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail, winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What's he doing complimenting her? Clip that? You can clip it if you want. But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, the Indie Maniac. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, the Indie Maniac. I don't personally want to clip that, but I want it clipped. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distance yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire, like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? Excuse me. I can't think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way dramatic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Cursing someone for talking to a food mascot is wild. Okay, fine, it is dramatic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. What's his name? Spork Monster told me not to. Sporky McGee, I think that was his name. Sporkmeister. He told me not to do it. So I feel like I should listen to Sporkerton the Third, or whatever the hell his name is. I forget his name. Glork. Don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside.
Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence!
Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence?
You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again!
After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem. I apologize for the outbreak. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, the Indian Maniac, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom, you see. But before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. You gonna listen to Plastic Silverware, though? Wait, what? Oh, the Spork Monster? I listen. Sporks are enlightened. Who's the guy on the poster by the clock? Oh, I can't see it now. Date the dog is wild. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop, and how can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam.
Every time I blink, you go away.
That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop?
I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me.
I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mom, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date. We're over.
And it meant so much to me that I made this for you.
Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead, the final competition showdown challenge exam. Oh, there's the poster. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's someone important or if that's just a random poster, but he does look handsome. Look at him.
Look at him.
I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby, in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. Is that current owner of KFC, maybe? It might be. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? That's fucking wild. That's fucking wild. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion. Could be a sexual innuendo, but he does actually have a stallion. Smashing a tiny mug is way more dramatic than a regular mug. Yeah, a little bit. Of course not. Well, maybe, sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup, and I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of recipe you've been working on, the Indie Maniac's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, you're charmed. Your cram session is interrupted by none other than Colonel Sanders. The Indie Maniac, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too big. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires. But that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. But the little mug is cuter, so you were so upset you smashed something precious. I love that the Professor Dog has actual dog moments. Yeah, that's hilarious. Ignore it like there was no sound. Fess up about your practice dish. I'm gonna fess up. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards away! That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping help of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. They're all in KFC bowls, by the way. Everything's in, like, the color palette of the KFC. Like, signs and shit. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. Nothing less from such an oddly specific man. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up to the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van, and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe. The fucking fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 of 10. That's the first typo I've seen. With a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into a itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend batter blaster. Van flexes his pectorals. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5 dial pressure point cookie. Oh, Jesus Christ. 5 dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Jesus Christ, that was a mouthful. I mean, the goal isn't to win, just graduate, right? I think so. I think you just need to graduate. Like, you just need to have a good enough dish to graduate, I guess. It's like a senior project. It's a straight-up anime fight in the kitchen. Culinary students written by normal people type game. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate to see her win. You're desperate not to see her win another battle. So you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic. Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. No, don't do it. I didn't do it. Don't worry, guys. Look at her fucking face. Jesus. What is she holding? I can't see that. It's a knife. Good job, Indy. Thanks. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, the Indy Maniac, he says, sexfully. Miriam's noticed, too. And I've always believed in you, the Indy Maniac. And I've always believed in you, the Indy Maniac, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. Why don't we just date the best friend? You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually done already, so I thought I'd help you. Well, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. She has a cleaver with a heart on a chain attached to the bottom of the handle. Yeah, I noticed that. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster.
Steve, wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We Spork Monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the Spork Monster, notices that you've got the Grimoire stash beneath your cooking station.
I see you're up to... crisscross. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh?
Huh, yeah. You guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactic class. When I woke up...
You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll talk to you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Oh, Steve. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. You give up and drop out of culinary school.
You summon extra power deep down from within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win.
Your hair turns mac and cheese orange.
My guy's going Super Saiyan right now. Whatever the food is, Miriam can't add stuff to your dish. That's just weird. This is just, this is to go even further beyond. Why is it always Steve? Why not? Your hair turns mac and cheese orange. He is going Super Saiyan as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, the Indie Maniac, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. He's literally going Super Saiyan. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Fun fact, I always thought mac and cheese was yellow. Except turn back time. Which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and you can't be served. There's heavy metal. There's like metal playing right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Super Saiyan, like soup. But don't worry, dear the Indie Maniac. You may have suffered some setbacks. But all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. Holy macaroni. He steps up to your station and stands right behind you. Oh yeah. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. Turn it up. That might just be some party rock. I don't know if I can turn it up. I don't know if I can. What a guy. I don't know if I can actually go to the settings right now in the middle. Is it this? Maybe I can. Is this? I want to click this, but I'm scared. Okay, never mind. I can turn it up. Oh, God. Is that loud enough? Is no one else having any issue? What do you mean? Is that loud enough? I don't know if it's louder than me. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I just want to make sure it's not louder than me. It's not. Okay, cool. No other competitors have any problems? I guess not. Everybody seems to be doing just good. Like, he's done. My best friend's done. I don't know what the other two are doing. Just you rigged, and it sounds good. Good. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure... From off-screen? You hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you... Oh, that's not Pop. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material.
Why didn't we always pronounce it like this? Why is it like... This has only been said like this twice. I want to point that out in this game. We've only shortened the name of this college culinary school twice. Every other time we had to say the whole goddamn thing.
Wait a second. Pranks. Pranks. Clank! Where'd that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, right? Onomatopoeia. But there's none. Womp womp. Somehow he must he got somehow must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. Somehow he must have. No got needs to be there. I found another typo. I guess towards the end of the game they just got they got messy. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made... That's so tiny. Tender udon noodles in a savory soup. That's so small, though. If he can't be unplugged, how does he leave? I think my rivals unplugged him and shoved him out the back door. If you don't remember that part.
My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny
Narutomaki.
I spy afloat in its itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
I fucking love this game. So cute. The fancier the food, the smaller it is. It's tried and true. Swirly fish cake? Okay. Now, how does he leave his post normally if he needs to be near the wall? Oh, yeah, that's actually true. I don't know. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Kind of like that.
Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire dish has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, the Indie Maniac, for helping me to believe in myself. Indie ASMR. He goes home and died before he gets out the door.
Sloop, 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 slop, 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 slop. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made...
That looks awful. I just want to say that. I didn't even read what it was. It looks awful. Uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. That looks disgusting. That looks so fucking gross. It's a sea urchin bowl. It looks so bad.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second? Different colored types of urchin?
That looks amazing. Totally metal.
Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni. But he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slop around. Bark, bark. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first. But he can't get past all the needles. Ow! He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Oh, my tongue! Youch, my tongue! Professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplification.
This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Can I eat the bowl? Sprinkles doesn't understand art. The dog emotion disqualified for Spiky. Yeah, he also got an allergic reaction. Apparently, Dan the Man likes to kill people with his cooking and cause bad things to happen. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight hydrate. Thanks. Lot of talking. So I appreciate the hydrate. That actually looks fancy as fuck. I don't know if it'd be good, but it looks fancy as fuck. Orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup topped with French marigone, and connected by sugar glass. That sounds way too fancy. It looks so pretty and sounds yummy. Ludum isn't here, so someone needs to make sure you're hydrated. Also, posture check. I got it. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Meringue? Oh. For 3 bits? What do you mean? For 3 bits? Where's the tea? I don't have any tea right now. I thought about getting tea while I was away, but I didn't feel like making it. Don't eat the food. Or do you mean 3 bites? Oh, I said 3 bits. 3 bites. Don't eat the food. At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something? The Indian Maniac? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. She's not wrong, but I hate it. She's not entirely wrong, but I hate it. Like, her logic makes sense. It's a cooking exam, not an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might interrupt the sugar spiral. If food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. I'll judge eating. There you go. I mean, he can still eat it. She's just saying not to. Like, he could have totally ate that.
This isn't the last you heard of me either.
Look at that face, dude. See, this is the type I usually go for in these dating sims. And she's the villain. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. Sorry, Ashley, I'm allergic to bitches. That was her trying to be nice. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing? And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance.
Nani?
When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they even battle? How can there be any better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog in the house! Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell Jesus Christ, you are ripped, dude. You don't even skip leg day. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they're committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them? Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he's... Oh, I forget. We call him Student because we don't know his name. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, Student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat? A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events, and offer to join the royal family? It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do in my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated,
I can reveal my truth.
Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. What the fuck is this game? They really made this whole game an ad for their release of the Korean barbecue bowls, huh? I guess so. We're never going to hear the student's name, huh? I don't think we do. And they're actually doing this, this guy would go on to do this and this guy would end up doing that. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him. He has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken, and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Indie Maniac, what are you doing sitting all alone? See, he stole your slaw? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academia for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once fuck. I read what you said, and I'm dying, twit. I just glanced over to see if I missed anything in chat, and I saw that. I was like, God damn it. Taking a drink. This game is gonna make me descend into madness. Plot twist: main character is actually Popeye. Oh no. He's sweating? Oh yeah, Colonel was sweating for a little bit there. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, the Indie Maniac. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as your chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh my dear, the Indie Maniac, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. I guess we ended up together. KFC presents. I guess that was it. That was a very abrupt ending. Okay, that was very abrupt. I guess it's over. We ended up with Colonel Sanders. That game is a fucking trip, and I'm sorry I took you on that weird fever dream with me, but here we are. I have no words. The ending was just kind of like very abrupt. It was just kind of like, we're together now. The end. Anyway, I'm gonna put up the fishing mini game. I'm gonna BRB for like 5 minutes because I barely took a break during that. And then I'm gonna pick another dating sim that we can play. Hopefully a shorter one.